Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Prenton Preview.
One this time. Callum! Yeah! 1-0 to Tranmere! Oh my word! Crawley! They've got a ball! James Norwood has scored it! Reese with the cross, the header, it's in! It's Connor Jennings!
Coming up on today's episode, we go behind the scenes from our win against Crawley. Callum MacDonald answers your questions from social media. We go inside the campus to see how the boys are preparing for Saturday's game against Forest Green. And we get the pre-match thoughts of Leo Connor and Mickey Mellon. The lads made the long trip down to Crawley last week, and first up on today's episode, we take a look at the behind the scenes for that game.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Hiya. Okay. Afternoon.
How are you?
You alright?
Hello?
Alright. Alright. Grab a whole skipper.
Someone just lashed the buttons there.
Hello.
Another massive 3 points from the lads there, and that's extending our unbeaten run now to 10 games. A key performer in those games has been Callum MacDonald, and we asked him your questions from social media.
Callum, thanks for sitting down for us today and answering the questions sent in by the fans on Twitter. The first one's from Danny. He asked, which current player would you least like to be stuck in a lift with?
I would dislike to be stuck in a lift with Kieran. I think if you ask most of the lads, they'd probably agree.
Callum asks, you've got a good name, but why is it only one L and not two?
It's because, you'll have to ask my parents I guess, but I think it's because one L's a Scottish version of the name, I believe. Right,
okay, yeah. It's a nightmare because obviously you're Callum Mac, we've got another Callum Mac.
Two Callum Macs.
Both spelled differently, both names spelled different.
I know, but we still call you both Callum Macs. One person shout, we're both like this all day.
Scott asks, what are your favourite flavour of crisps?
Sensations, if I can find them in the shop.
Right, in the meal deal as well, aren't you, I think?
They're in the meal deal.
Yeah.
Or actually, if you've got the salsa, the original Doritos.
Ben asks, what's your favourite type of bread?
Tiger bread, if I've got a bit of soup, definitely. Definitely.
Same answer as Ross.
Is it always the same?
Yeah. He said you need loads of layer pack on it.
Loads of layer pack,
which I don't think is that healthy. But Jamie asks, what's your thoughts on pineapple on pizza?
Shouldn't happen.
No.
That should never happen.
Matt asks, the best place you've been for Scran since signing for us permanently last year?
This place over in town, Rudy's Pizza. I don't know if you've ever been. Amazing.
No, not better to try it.
I've not been anywhere over this side.
Oliver asks, what's your favourite holiday of all time?
First one with the boys, Zante. I think it's probably most lads would say that. The first one away.
Martin, and I think it's from his son, Alex, age 10, he's asked, if you could have a superpower for a day, what would it be? And what would you do with it?
For one superpower, I've always said teleportation, so you could be on holiday at the same time as playing football. But for one day, I don't know. I'd love to fly. I'd love to fly.
Alfie asked, who was your favourite player growing up?
I love Celtic. Do you remember Nakamura, the free kick, a couple of games against United in the Champions League? That was, growing up, loved it. Nakamura.
No, I don't think we'll have that.
No one would ever say that, would they?
No. Javier said, best player you've played against?
Oh, best player I played against? Probably some of the younger games, 23s football, the Man City lads, Phil Foden, that sort of age group, strong, horrible to play against.
It's not a bad answer.
No.
Matty's asked, what's your favourite moment since joining Tranmere?
I'd say Wembley if we won, but we didn't win. You know, this year I loved the Colchester game on the Friday night. It was a great atmosphere and we had a good performance.
A lot of players have said that one. Will's asked, Chinese or Indian food, I suppose.
If I'm going out for it, an Indian.
A big thank you to everybody who sent a question in, and massive thank you for Callum for taking the time to answer them there. Next up, we go inside the campus to see how the boys are preparing for this Saturday's top of the table clash against Forest Green Rovers.
Yeah, nice shot, good. Yeah, coming to us. Yeah, brilliant, Kate, nice left, sharp. Let's get into it, good.
We already have 8,000 tickets sold for this Saturday's game at Prenton Park. If you haven't got your tickets already, you can get them online on trfctickets.co.uk, and they are available to buy in the club shop and the fan park before the game. Finally, on today's show, we get the pre-match thoughts of Mickey Mellon and Leo Connor in this week's press conference.
How happy are you to sign permanently for Tranmere?
No, I'm delighted. I think it's the right move for me at this moment in my career. I said it the other day, I'm off the pitch, I'm really happy here, but on the pitch, I think I'm developing really well, and that's what I need right now.
I mean, it's a big decision to leave a club like Celtic as well, isn't it? But does the fact that you're so highly thought of at Tranmere, does that make it an easier decision for yourself?
Yeah, of course. You want to be where you're wanted, so it's in every sense. I think it made sense for me to come. Every kind of aspect I looked at it made sense. So I've definitely made the right decision.
And how much have you enjoyed your time at Tranmere over the last few seasons, and what have you enjoyed most about your time here so far?
Yeah, as you said, I've loved it. I mean, last year, I enjoyed it last year, but it was difficult last year. It was hard without the fans and whatnot. It was my first kind of full season of men's football, and then with having no crowd, and that was a very different experience. But then this year, it's been unbelievable, the support we've had, even the away fans when we've had away games. But I'd say probably the fans, it's been the best thing this season.
And does it feel like a reward as well for the faith that Mickey, Mark and the rest of the club have in you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm thankful for them, obviously last year bringing me in and again wanting to bring me back. So I just have to repay their faith now.
And looking at yourself, how much are you enjoying the partnership that you're forming with Jay Spearing in central midfield?
No, I'm really enjoying it. I don't really mind as long as I'm playing. I don't really mind where I'm playing, but at the moment, I'm really enjoying playing midfield, and I think me and Jay were starting to get a good understanding with each other. So it's going well.
As games, games don't come much bigger as well. And the game coming up on Saturday, did the Forest Green at Prenton Park. How much are you looking forward to the top two clash?
No, obviously it's going to be a great game. I think for us, it's just another game really, but there is, I suppose, an extra incentive to it, but we've just got to approach it like we've approached the last 10 or whatever games.
I suppose that kind of comes into my next question, where for a squad, it's interesting because, yes, winning the game gets you closer to top spot, but ultimately the goal at the end of the season is to finish in the top three, isn't it? So as a squad, how are you viewing the approach to this game?
I mean, I think everyone knows it is a big game. 3 points would be massive for us, but I suppose leading into it, it's the exact same. You don't defer away from anything we've been doing all season really. So I think maybe when it comes to it, obviously in your head it's a big game, but you don't do absolutely anything different. It's the exact same.
And of course, it's second versus first rather on Saturday. Forest Green coming to Prenton Park. In a way, it's a funny kind of game, I guess, because of course a win cuts the gap to top spot, but if you are going for automatic promotion, it's about finishing in the top three. So do you think that's a fair comment in terms of the game as a whole?
No, because nothing will be decided at the weekend. Nothing at all. It's another really massive 3 points, a really massive game. Really looking forward to it. But it's another 3 games and nothing will be decided at the weekend. So it's important that you keep your eye on the important stuff, and that's what you can control, and that's 3 points. So we'll go and attack that, and then we'll adjust and adapt to training into the next game after that. So that's absolutely all it's about. Of course, we understand it's a big game. There'll be a big crowd there. It's great that first and second are playing each other. That's terrific. But nothing will be decided at the weekend.
And it's also the best defence versus the best attack in the league as well. So can you see this being quite a tactical battle?
I don't know. We'll be guessing at it, but we'll be ready. We know the way that we want to play. We have our own identity of how we want to play, even though you don't think it's very pretty. That's fine. But we'll be stubborn and we'll be hard to play against. And we will get there all out with our own identity to go and try and get a really valuable 3 points.
Yeah, I think some of the football's been beautiful this season, Mickey. Finally, just how's the squad looking injury and availability wise?
Well, a few injuries, so But like we just spoke about there, the people that will come in and fill in, and we've obviously brought Josh Shocks back into the group as well. So we'll be fine. We'll be okay. We won't look for anything other than a positive performance on Saturday from the group that goes out and plays for us.
Unfortunately, that is all we've got time for in this week's episode of the Prenton Preview. But make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel and join our YouTube memberships for more exclusive content, like our upcoming Scott Davis podcast. In the meantime, we'll see you on Saturday, and let's get this place bouncing. Let's hope for another 3 points.
One this time. Callum!